Hello learners. In this lecture, we will see how the crushing strength test on the aggregate is done. So the testing of aggregate has to be done so we get an idea whether the aggregates what we are going to use are of good qualities or not. So there are certain standards given by the Indian standards. So based on that, we'll try to see whether they're falling in that particular category and whether we can make use of those aggregates or not. The first test that we're supposed to see is the crushing strength of the aggregate. So by the name itself, it's understood it's something related to crushing, right? So crushing strength test is a resistance against the gradual compressive load. You'll have a aggregate and over that you are going to put a load, and the load what you're going to put, it's a gradual load. It's not the impact load. Suddenly you're not going to apply the load. Gradually you're going to apply the load. So that is called as gradual compressive load. So this is how it looks. If you want to put it in a better way, see, let us say this guy is a aggregate. Okay, this guy is a aggregate and this is that machine from which the load will come. And what he's going to do, he's slowly is going to put a pressure on this, right? And as a result of that, the aggregate is going to get crushed after some time. So it's a resistance against the gradual compressive load. So same thing the aggregate also will do when you try to put a load, right? But only the thing is the voice of the aggregate will not come out. And we'll try to see how this test is going to be done in a lab. Yeah, so these are the machine, or these are the few things that we need to understand. So you can see this is a kind of a steel cylinder what we have. Then we'll be having a base plate, and this is a plunger from where the load will be applied. And in this we are going to keep the coarse aggregate, right? So it's a diagrammatic view of how it has to be drawn. And to put it in a better way, we can understand it in this way. So we'll see the procedure of this. So again, coming to the aim is to determine the crushing value of a given sample of a coarse aggregate. Apparatus, we require a 15 centimeter diameter open end steel cylinder with a plunger and a base plate, a straight metal tamping rod of a cross section 16 mm in diameter, which is 45 to 60 meter long. Then we require a balance of capacity around 3 kg. We require the Indian standard sieves of 12.5 and 10 mm sieve, and we require a compressive testing machine so that the load can be applied. And the very important thing what you need to understand is the load is applied of 40 tons, which can be operated to give a uniform rate of loading. And these are the cylindrical measuring having an internal diameter of 11.5 centimeter and height is 18 centimeter. Coming to the theory, we already seen how the crushing strength has to be understood. We can just go through this. I'll directly get into the procedure part. So to start with the procedure, you have to take a test sample, and the test sample was collected by sieving the aggregates. The aggregates that are passed through 12.5 mm ISU and retained on 10 mm ISU were collected. That means you have to take aggregates and you have to pass it through 12.5 mm sieve and you have to do the sieving. And whichever is retained on the 10 mm sieve, that you need to collect. The, the cylinder of the test apparatus was placed in the position on the base plate, and then the aggregates were measured in the cylindrical metal measure. The aggregates were filled in the metal measure in a 3-layer with 25 number of tampings with a tamping rod, and net weight of the aggregate was found. That means whatever cylinder you have it here, let us say this is a cylinder what I have. So I have to fill that in 3 layers by giving a tamping every layer 25 numbers. Let us say this is first layer what I'm going to put the coarse aggregate. Once this is filled up to here, you have to do a tamping with the help of a that tamping rod what you can see here, 16 mm diameter and 45 to 60 meter long. Then again you're going to fill the second layer, again you're going to do the tamping, then again finally you're going to fill it here, and then you're going to do the tamping of that. You're going to do a compaction. So this is done so that there is no voids left here, and everywhere it is a bulk. I mean everywhere you don't have voids here, and the density is also good here. So this is the reason of doing that. The next point is that the surface of the aggregate was leveled and the plunger was placed in the position. So once all the compaction is done up to this cylinder, your plunger you are going to keep it here, and the load was applied on the plunger at a uniform rate by compressive testing machine, so that the total load of 40 tons was reached in 10 minutes. That means every minute you are going to put a load of 4 tons. So 4 into 10 comes out to be 40 tons. So this you are going to get, this you're going to apply gradually, right? The load was then released and the material was removed from the cylinder. And once you remove the material from there, what will happen due to the loading, whatever coarse aggregate you had, no, they'll get powder, right? They're going to get crushed. So as a result of that, the powder is going to form. So next what you're going to do, the load was released and the material was removed from the cylinder. And then what you're going to do, with the help of a 2.36 mm sieve, with the help of a 2.36 mm sieve, you're going to pass all that aggregates through 2.36 mm sieve. The fraction that passes through the sieve was weight. That means whatever fraction, whatever fine powder you get, because you have done a crushing of that, so obviously you're going to get the powder and all, right? Small broken pieces of aggregates you're going to get, that you're going to collect it here. Whatever has been passed through 2.36 mm sieve, that will be collected in the pan, and this you're going to measure, right? That's it. So once that is done, coming to the observation part. So the weight of the cylinder is 240 grams. This we have to measure initially. Okay. Next is weight of the cylinder and sample. It comes out to be 2780 gram. When you have to measure this, first you are going to measure the empty weight of a cylinder. Then along with that, when you fill the aggregates in the, let me do it here. This is a cylinder what we had taken, and then we had done the filling of this in 3 layers, right? That is, first layer we had done the filling, we had done the tamping, second layer and third layer. So once this filling is done, once that aggregate has reached to the top level, you are going to weigh this cylinder again. So now what will happen, the weight of the cylinder plus the weight of the aggregate you are going to get. That is why you can see weight of cylinder plus sample is comes out to be 2780 grams, that is 2.78 kg. The total weight of the sample will be how much? That is, yeah, the total weight of the sample will be 2540, that is 2780. 2780 is the weight of the sample plus cylinder, minus if you do the cylinder weight, that is 240 grams. Whatever answer you are going to get, that will be your weight of the aggregate, and that comes out to be 2540. You can do it, 2780 minus 240 comes out to be 2540. So next, once you're done the sieving, let me remove everything. Once you're done the sieving, whatever amount of powder you have got, you have to weigh that. So that is written here, 770 gram. That is weight of the crushed material passing through 2.36 mm sieve. We are going to denote that as W2, and that weight we have got as 770 gram. So the aggregate crushing value will be, the formula is W1 by W2 into 100. So what is my W1? W1 is the total weight of the sample. Yeah, there's a small mistake here. This is not how it has to be done. It is W2 by W1. Okay, note these changes. It has to be W2 by W1, right? So W2 is 770 gram. That is the weight of crushed material passing through the sieve. That is 770. You divide it by the weight of the sample. That is 2540 into 100. If I do it manually, 770 divided by 2540. And if I multiply it by 100, yeah, I'm getting 30.31. So 30.31 is a percentage. That is the aggregate crushing value is written in terms of percentage, and it comes out to be 30.31%. Now, what do you understand by this? For this, we have to refer the Indian standard, what it says. So if you refer the Indian standard, now coming to the result, the aggregate crushing value of a given sample is found to be 30.31%. Coming to the comments, the Indian Road Congress, that is IRC, it's a code that we refer, has specified that aggregate crushing value of a coarse aggregate should not be greater than 30% for cement concrete pavement. If you're doing a cement concrete pavement, then your aggregate crushing value should not be greater than 30% at surface. For aggregate used for concrete other than the varying courses, that is other than the varying courses, the crushing value should be, however, less than 45%. So what answer we have got? 30.31. So, but here, if you're using it for the road, then these aggregates are not to be used, because we have got 30.31 and our maximum allowed is 30%. So this aggregate we cannot use for the cement concrete pavement, but for other work we can use it, because the final limitation what we have is 45%, and we got 30.31. So this is less than 45. So from the obtained crushing value of the given sample of the aggregate, it can be used for the other than the varying course. You cannot use it for the cement concrete. Other than that, you can use for the varying course and all, right? Yeah. So aggregate crushing value is more. If the aggregate crushing value is more, what will happen? That means your aggregate is of not good quality, right? If your aggregate crushing value is greater like 40-50%, that means your aggregate is of not a good quality. And so always remember, if you're using it for a surface course of the pavement, then aggregate crushing value should not be greater than 30%, or it should be less than 30%. And if you're using for the other construction, make sure the aggregate crushing value is not greater than 45%, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the last thing is that if you want to put it in a better way, instead of writing a long explanation, you can even follow this explanation that for crushing value test aggregate, this is the apparatus, and you can write this procedure as well. You can try to draw this diagram that this is a plunger, this is a cylinder, this is a base plate, this will be putting a load on that, compressive load, and you can write it in this way. The main important thing what you need to focus is you to write this, apply a gradual compressive load of 4 tens in 10 minutes and release it. That is 4 tens per minute you're going to apply the load, and you have to pass your aggregates from 12.5 mmcu, and you have to take those aggregates which is written on 10 mmcu, and finally once you do a crushing, whatever aggregates powder you're going to get, that you have to do the sieving through 2.36 mmcu, and you have to denote that as W2, and W1 is the weight of the sample. You multiply it by 100. Whatever answer you are going to get, make sure the answer is in between, make sure the answer is within 45% for all the work, and if you want to specifically use for the road work, you have to make sure it is less than 30%, right? Yeah, I hope this test is clear. In the next lecture we'll try to see the impact test and the other test. We'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.